So you're saying that you've got a lot of stuff on your plate outside of wholesaling, and you're just trying to dial in. Is that an accurate assessment?
Not really. It's just my schedule. I mean, it's not. I think it's just figuring out how to manage my time and save energy. Because I think I spending a lot of energy on stuff that's not giving me any return, like a little bit of social media, a little bit of overeating, a little bit of uh maybe a little bit too much of the waiting room. Uh I don't know. I think that stuff is kind of taking away my energy, but I think mainly it's because I don't really know where to start, and I don't know, a lot of overthinking about, what if it doesn't work? What if it's too saturated? What if it's all the common questions and thoughts.
Absolutely. No, I get it. And one thing that you should always remember when you're feeling like that is that every single successful anything, wholesaler, real estate broker, real estate investor, Fortune 500 company owner, Steve
Yeah.
Jobs, whatever, they all went through the exact same thing.
Right, right.
Is this going to work? Am I wasting my time? Could I be doing something else? Here's my concern. You're in Deal Sniper. You're already paying for it.
Yeah.
So, if anything, if you don't do nothing, you're wasting your money.
For sure.
So, I I don't know exactly what your schedule is, and you
Mhm.
correct me if I'm wrong, but something tells me you have an hour every day. For
Absolutely.
okay. So then, have you gone through the playlist yet?
um I went through a little bit of the 101, then I finished the whole what was it? The quickies,
Mm-hmm.
real estate quick. I finished that whole playlist, and then I'm still going over the 101s. What I'm really stuck at, I know a little, I have a little bit of experience with it. I think it's just it's sub two and hybrid. That's what kind of confuses me. I think sub two is taking over the mortgage, and then I don't think I have a clue what hybrid is.
Okay. Well, we can go through that right now.
Yeah.
So the first thing with sub two, you got to make sure your terminology is correct. Your thinking behind it is correct. But when you're
Mhm.
talking about it, you have to make sure you're using the right words. So we're not taking over the mortgage. Our investor
Mhm.
doesn't take over the mortgage. What they do is they service the mortgage payment, which is just a fancy
Right.
way of saying they're making the payment for you.
Yeah.
So that's the terminology you want to use because if you say take over the mortgage, that can be misconstrued as, oh, you're going to assume the mortgage. And that
It'll
means
be
that
put in their name,
exactly,
basically. Yeah.
exactly. So, okay, so that's the subject to. Subject to just means they have a mortgage. We're going to give them some money and we're going to take over that mortgage payment for them. It's still going to stay in their name, but we're going to take it over, right?
Okay. Cool.
So you do that when the seller doesn't have a lot of equity
Hmm.
or has a lot of equity, but for whatever other mitigating circumstance, doesn't want to capture that equity. They only want their mortgage taken care of.
Right.
That's when you do a subject to. So, for example, if someone were to have no equity, they have a mortgage of 200,000 and they want to sell their property for 220,000.
Yeah.
So we can do a sub two. We can give them $10,000, $15,000 and then take over that mortgage payment.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay.
So a hybrid, well, first of all, before we go into hybrid, you know what a seller finance is, right? Seller finance is when they don't have a mortgage.
Hmm.
So they want to capture all their equity, right? They don't owe
Hmm.
anything on their property. The property is worth 200. They want 200. So instead of giving them all their equity in one shot, we give them a down payment and we give them monthly payments on their equity.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
seller finance. A hybrid is just when you put them together. So a hybrid, for example, they have a mortgage of $100,000, but they want
Hmm.
to sell their house for $200,000. So what we'll do is
Hmm.
we'll subject to the mortgage and then set up monthly payments on the rest of their equity and pay them
Okay.
each time. That's a hybrid.
50-50. Okay. Okay.
Does that make more sense? Does that help?
Absolutely. You just nailed it. Yeah, for
Cool. What
sure.
else? What else are you stuck with? Because I can sense that, like, even though it is good for you to have that information, you don't need that information to send out offers.
Yeah.
So you are dealing with a little bit of analysis paralysis. What's stopping you? What do you need to know that will, like, okay, cool, now I'm comfortable sending out offers?
Yeah. Mm. I honestly don't know. I guess I just haven't started, just haven't started.
All right, here's what I
That's
want you
all
to
it
do. Have you seen the video with me and Miles? I'm sorry, not Miles, Mills.
Meals. What was it about?
It was starting seller finance, deal sniper, the whole thing.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
All right, go to the Deal Sniper 101 playlist and watch the first video at the very top.
Okay, the most recent
The
video.
most recent. Yeah, I did it with him like 2 weeks ago. Watch that
Okay.
video. It's like an hour long. That'll have everything in it for you to start. Then, as soon as you're done with that video, I want you to send out 20 offers.
Okay. All right. I like that.
And then I want you to go to the Discord and I want you to download the tracking sheet. It's on the bottom left under
Okay.
forms. And I want you to fill out that tracking sheet with all your 20 offers that you send out. So watch the video on how to fill it out and then fill it out according to that video. So that way on come Monday, and yeah, I'm giving you the weekend to slack off, even though I shouldn't. But come Monday, we're going to jump on another one-on-one. I'm going to do another video recording, and we're going to look at that list together, and we're going to see what you did.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Here's the
So
thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm old. Like people can't tell in my voice for whatever reason.
yeah, you don't
I'm
sound
old.
old.
So I don't have time to waste. If come Monday you don't schedule that one-on-one or have that sheet filled out, don't reach out to me later. I don't have
I
time.
won't. I won't.
So that's
I
my
won't.
hard line. I will help you as long as you are willing to help you. I will help you.
Absolutely. That's how it works. Yeah. Okay, man. I appreciate it. Where did you say I can find the tracking sheet again? I wanna see if I can find it right now.
Yeah, I can help you find it right now. So go to Deal Sniper, go on the left, go all the way down to the bottom, and
Hey,
it'll be the last one.
deal
Deal
tracking
tracking
spreadsheet.
spreadsheet. Now look,
Got it.
when you click on that, and I see a lot of people do this, don't request access because then
Yeah.
all of you guys will be sharing one. Just make a copy.
Make a copy. Okay, cool.
Yep. And then, so what I want you to do is watch the Mills video. Then I want you to watch the spreadsheet video. Then I want you to start sending out offers.
Cool. Deal.
All right,
Deal.
cool. And
Yep.
then you hit me up on Monday, whatever time, it doesn't matter. And
Okay.
we'll jump in another one-on-one. We'll critique your offers that you sent out, and we'll go from there. You said you
Awesome.
watched the quickies playlist, so you already know how to pick a market.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. All righty. Thank you, Sing.
Not a problem. You need anything else, you let me know.
All right.
See ya.